Hello and welcome to Study with Sudhir, your digital classroom, and I am T S Sudhir. You read the thumbnail, didn't you, which said that the examination is on and it is India which is on test, facing the most tough test, the most tough examination ever since it attained independence in 1947. The whole country is under a lockdown till the 14th of April. So here we are not talking about the ICSE or the ISC examinations for class 10 and class 12 respectively, which were postponed last week. At least the postponement date they said till the 31st of March, but obviously now that there is a national lockdown till the 14th of April announced by Prime Minister Narendra Modi yesterday, it means that the examination, the rescheduled examinations, the 3 or 4 papers for some students will not really take place anytime before mid-April. Okay, the whole schedule has really got derailed. ICSE 2020 and ISC 2020 getting derailed because of the severe health crisis that the entire world is actually facing. Okay, so here we are going to really talk about a fight for life. We are not talking about an examination of biology or geography or computer applications or physical education, but we are talking about a fight for life that is so much more important at this point in time. The Janta curfew was a trailer on Sunday. Now the 21-day lockdown. In fact, many states had already announced a lockdown in any case. So citizens of this country getting used to what kind of a life it is to stay indoors all day. Now this needs discipline. And who better to demonstrate discipline than students? Isn't that right? You students demonstrated a whole lot of discipline by studying for long hours, locked up in your study room for the last at least 1 month, 2 months, perhaps even 3 months. So you are used to that life of staying at home and studying for long hours, not finding it difficult and not really missing the world outside. Yes, obviously now that you thought the exams would get over by the 30th of March, you would feel that, array, what kind of a life is this to have to stay indoors? But these are unprecedented times. This kind of a situation we have not seen ever in free India, that a 21-day long lockdown has been announced in the entire country. Stay where you are, you can't go out anywhere. So you guys are the ones who have to show the way to the rest of the country what discipline actually means, right? Number 2, you have the determination to succeed, which is what is so important, especially to tell those people who are finding it difficult to stay indoors. Discipline and determination, the 2 Ds which are so necessary to make this entire process of lockdown a complete success. Isn't that right? Now, to come to the more practical aspect, and many students have been writing in comments since Prime Minister Modi made that announcement yesterday at 8 p.m. Whether the examinations will be held or not. Or let's put it this way, whether the council will be in a position to conduct the examination. In fact, the latter is more important. Now, 2 things here. As I said, we are in a dynamic, unprecedented situation. No one, including the council, will have any idea when it will be in a position to actually conduct examination after the 14th of April, when the lockdown will end. Number 2, your examination at this point in time, I know it's all very important to all of you. It is important to me also as an educator, but that is not really the biggest concern and worry for this country. The biggest concern for this country at this point in time, for everyone, for all the citizens of India, is how to save yourself. It's a matter of life and death given the manner in which the coronavirus has infected people. For just to give you an example, yesterday of course Prime Minister Modi spoke about how it took just 4 days for the number of cases to rise from 2 lakh to 3 lakh, right? But even in Telangana, for instance, there were 3 cases, there have been 3 cases reported yesterday, and 2 yesterday, of a father of a corona positive case and also the cook who actually worked at their home. So there is a case of local transmission taking place who had come in contact with people who had gone abroad. Now the effort is to ensure that these locally who have contracted coronavirus locally do not go into the community and transmit it further. So you realize the kind of perils that COVID-19 actually poses for the entire health apparatus of India and the world. Now, what could happen, and these are the two possibilities that I am looking at. One, but at the same time, let me put this caveat right at the beginning. I am not saying that this will happen or that will happen. These are the possibilities that could unfold after the 14th of April. Either the examinations could be conducted in a hurry in the second week of April, on consecutive days without any gap. In fact, a senior council official did tell me that is a very real possibility should the health situation improve by then. And these are the operative words, should the health situation improve by then. Okay. Number two, the exams get completely cancelled. That's the second possibility. Let me underline the word possibility. Okay, and the marks are awarded on the basis of the 6 papers or the 7 papers that you have given so far, which will mean that you will be awarded marks out of 600 or 700 as the case may be. Will that happen? We do not know. Now, I have been in touch with teachers and principals in different schools who also have been in touch with the council just to get an idea as to what is the council possibly thinking, and they say frankly the council finds it very difficult to see that far. You know, what will be the situation post the 14th of April? Obviously, no one can really predict at this point in time. Okay. Incidentally, the Kendriya Vidyalayas all over the country has kind of decided that students from class 1 to 8 will be promoted to the next class irrespective of whether the students have appeared for the examination or not. So that's something which they have done. In fact, some parents, at least on social media, have been voicing the demand that the same should be done even for class 9, 10 and 11. And only class 12 students, because then they need to apply for college admissions, etc. Only their examination should be held, whatever is pending. Otherwise, 9, 10, 11 also should adopt the same principle. In fact, all students from class 1 to 9 and 11, not 10, except 10 and 12, are also to be promoted without examination in the state of Gujarat. That's an announcement which has been made there. Okay. What happened to the checking? Incidentally, the ISC, the class 12 answer sheets, the checking had actually begun. I know it from someone who had gone for evaluation. The ICSE, I am told only the English language papers were distributed among the examiners. The rest of the papers, the process had not started. The ISC, I know, had started even before around the 8th or 10th of March, before your history civics examination on the 11th of March. So, all I would advise to the students out here who are very concerned about what will happen to the examination is to sit tight, take care of your health, don't go out, stay indoors. I know it's difficult to build a pattern of studying without knowing whether these examinations will happen or not, whether the entire effort that you would put in to studying biology or geography or Hindi would actually yield any result. I know it's difficult to kind of build your own interest in that studying and build up a momentum, but all I would say is that be prepared. Whenever, if and when the examinations are held, you should be prepared, because at that time you are highly unlikely to get any gap should the examinations be held. Meanwhile, I would also say look forward to class 11. Think of the options you will exercise, because that's a crucial decision that you will need to take. You are at a very crucial bend in your life where you need to take the call on which board to join, CBSE or state board or ISC. You need to take that call depending on what you intend to do further in life. So make the most of this particular break. Think of the options, talk to people over the phone, connect to different kinds of people, work on self-improvement. That's in fact something which you should seriously do. Read a lot. Read a lot, especially those students who find it very difficult to write essays and think of different ideas. Work on your language skills, work on grammar, whether it be it in any language. You want to improve your Hindi, work on your Hindi. You want to improve your English speaking skills, work on your English. This is, I mean, in a very strange way, a God-sent opportunity to actually work on improving yourself in a very different way. So this time is precious, because you will hardly ever get this kind of me time, as they call it, ever in your life, and I hope we don't have to face this kind of a health crisis ever in our life. So that's it as far as the examinations are concerned. No one really knows, but these are the two possibilities that I mentioned to you. But all I would say is be prepared, study for a few hours every day, even if it is not the 6 hours or 7 hours. Work out your own kind of a timetable which works for you, but don't completely ignore your books, put it out in the cupboard and say, Meri to chutti ho gayi. Your chutti hasn't started. For all you know, the council will still try to make the best or retrieve lost ground and try to make the best of the situation. That's it then. Thank you very much. Enjoy, and as I said, improve yourself. That should be your mantra. Thank you.